Deep within the ancient forest of North America, a story echoes through the trees. It's a story whispered by generations, a legend that predates the very maps we use to navigate these dense woods. Many Native American tribes have long spoken of a giant hairy being that walks on two legs. They call it by many names, but one has captured the world's imagination: Sasquatch. This isn't just a monster story told around a campfire. For many, it's a tale of a reclusive, powerful being, a guardian of the forest. The legend speaks of a creature that is both immensely strong and incredibly shy, melting back into the shadows whenever we draw near. What truly gives this legend its power is its persistence. As settlers pushed westward, they too began to report strange encounters. Take the account of Albert Ostman, a prospector in British Columbia in 1924. He claimed he was abducted in his sleep, carried off by a massive hairy creature. For 6 days he said he lived among a family of these beings. He described them as curious, non-threatening, living on plants and roots. In 1958, bulldozer operator Jerry Crew found enormous human-like tracks around his worksite in Bluff Creek, California. The prints were so large and clear they couldn't be ignored. He made plaster casts, and a local reporter famously nicknamed the creature Bigfoot. This single event ignited a media firestorm. The Patterson-Gimlin film of 1967 shows a large, fur-covered figure walking away from the camera. It turns to look back before disappearing into the trees. For believers, this is irrefutable proof. The creature moves with a unique gait that experts argue would be impossible for a human in a costume to replicate. The vast wilderness of the Pacific Northwest is considered the heart of Sasquatch country. This is a land of giants, giant trees that create a dense canopy, blocking out sun and muffling sound. The forest floor is a tangled web, making it incredibly difficult to navigate. It's the perfect place for a large, secretive animal to live completely undetected. These forests provide everything a creature like Bigfoot would need: abundant food from berries and plants to fish and small animals. Countless caves and dense thickets could serve as shelter from heavy rain and deep winter snow. There are millions of acres where a human might never set foot, leaving more than enough room for a species to remain hidden from science. The very terrain that could sustain Bigfoot is the same terrain that makes finding conclusive proof nearly impossible. While eyewitness stories are compelling, science operates on a different standard. Scientists demand a body, a living specimen, or high-quality DNA that can be tested by multiple independent labs. To date, despite countless searches and claimed samples, no such specimen has ever been presented. Without a body, Bigfoot remains a creature of folklore, not biology. For a species to survive, you need a healthy breeding population. Scientists estimate hundreds, if not thousands, would be needed to avoid extinction. A population that size should leave significant physical evidence. We should find their remains, their droppings, clear evidence of feeding habits. Many famous pieces of evidence have been heavily scrutinized. The Patterson-Gimlin film remains debated. Skeptics argue a costume and convincing actor could explain the footage. Many footprints have been identified as hoaxes or misidentified bear tracks. DNA analysis of hair samples consistently comes back as bear, deer, dog, or human. The science has consistently pointed away from an unknown primate. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and discovering a giant bipedal ape would rewrite our understanding of evolution. Until a body is laid on a table for study, the scientific community will remain unconvinced, and Bigfoot will stay in the realm of cryptozoology. We are caught between two powerful forces. Decades of sincere eyewitness testimony speak to our sense of wonder and belief that the world is still full of mystery. On the other side stands the cold logic of science, demanding proof we can hold and measure, pointing to alternative explanations for the evidence we have. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in the middle. The legend of Sasquatch could be a cultural memory, helping us connect with the untamed nature we have largely lost. The search for Bigfoot is about more than finding a monster. It's about the thrill of the unknown, proof that there are still dark spots on the map. Will a hiker one day stumble upon irrefutable evidence that changes everything? Or will Sasquatch forever remain a shadow in the woods, a whisper on the wind? For now, the legend endures, inviting the brave and curious to step into the forest and see for themselves. The expedition is far from over,